Okay, welcome everyone. This is just a short video for Jordan North Stake. Tips and tricks for Family Search, whether you haven't gone on yet or you haven't gone for a while, or even if you think you're a seasoned person on Family Search. Just a few little tips to remind you of to make things a little bit easier. So the first thing we're going to talk about is signing on. Now, when you look at Family Search page to the top right, it says sign in. When you sign in there, it is your frontispiece. You can have your tasks there. You can have pictures that you have put in. You can have a reminder of some things where people need temple work done. And also, if you scroll down to the right, you will see the recent people that you worked on. So this is a great place to go back, sign in there, and go down and pick the family that you were working on that you wanted to finish. Otherwise, you go up to the left. It says Family Tree, Search, Memories, Indexing, Activities. So you want to go to Family Search and then press Tree. You will open up when you sign in directly into your pedigree. This is the way to go in if you want to work on anything. The fun part is the fan chart. So if you bring it up in Fam Chart, you will be able to see birth countries. You have options like that. Who has memories and pictures, who needs or doesn't need a source attached to it, or just your regular vitals. So when you click on the person, now we're going to go into the person. So above the gray area is the general things for Family Search, the search engine to find someone, etc. Now, if you're in your person, the gray below, and you want to check on things, and you notice that your vitals are not standardized, this is the way to do it. You go to, say, births. It has an edit sign right there. You will press edit, and then you will look at what it is. If your person says 3 JUN 1950, that's not standardized. So you will put your cursor at the very end of the full date and then press the space bar. You will notice below that your standardized date comes up. So when you're even typing in Family Search to put vitals in, dates and places, you will notice as you get to the end, you don't have to type things with capitals. You don't have to spell everything out. You can put Sunnyside, Illinois, IL, and below your standardized place will come up. If it doesn't match, like for foreign countries, then you want to pick the general country like Germany instead of the area, because we know that the Austrian-Hungary whole place changed for many years. So some people say Bohemia on your census, some say Germany. It may not be Germany, it may be Galicia, it may be Czechoslovakia. So you want to go general until you find the actual place that you can match, and then make sure that you're pressing the space bar at the very end of your typing the place, and you will see them come up below. That's just a little quick tip to do. I never worry about my capitalization when I'm doing it. I just type Newcastle, PA, and down below it comes. I click on it, and it's already standardized for me. Also, to the right upper, you will have notices that will give you a little flag that says your date for this is not standardized, your place for the burial is not standardized. Then you want to go into the edit and change that. Look through your person. Your whole person should be perfect. No nicknames in the name. If you have a nickname, you will take it out, or with quotes, you want to go in and edit the person's name and put the proper name that they were used on their birth certificate. Like if it's Theodore and they called him Teddy, below there's a big space there. You can write extra. You write also known as Teddy. If there's name changes throughout, say Solomon is spelled with a S-A-L instead of a S-O-L, you'll want to make note of that and where you found that name, say birth records. Now, I'm a very abbreviated person, so I might put B and then REC for birth records. Hopefully, when you see something like that, you know it might have been me. That's okay, as long as it's in the notes below, not the general name, okay? So those are some really quick steps to go through, and that fan chart is really a fun way to look at your ancestors, and I believe you can print any of that. So it was like blue for the United States, red for some other country. That's really a fun way to look at it. Okay, so going back to the persons page. Also, when you put in a place where they were buried, a lot of the cemeteries have not been entered, especially the really old ones that you might see that are a Christian church burial ground right at the church or a family plot. But they have a name. So if it's a specific name, when you're done typing it all in, now you're typing with capitals and full out names. Spell Illinois out, spell United States out, put the commas in between. Try not to leave anything empty like the county. And when you get to the end of it, I'm just going to give you an example. My relatives are in Waldheim in Forest Park, Illinois. So I would write Waldheim Cemetery. Actually, it's Waldheim Jewish Cemetery, comma, Forest Park, comma, Cook as county, comma, Illinois, all it's spelled out, capitals, and then United States. And if it wasn't in there, when I get to the end of United States, sorry, slippage, then I would press the tab button. This will let you use it as a standard. And then later on, maybe the standard may become standard because you've put it in so many times, and Family Search will recognize that. Always standardize your person. Always look for strange things like more than 2 years between children. Where there might be something missing, it might also tell you that at the right. So now let's go up to the right. You have research suggestions. So there you're going to have some sources. Look through them carefully. If you think it looks like it's the person, that it belongs to them, whether it happens to be their name in their kid's record, you should put all those sources into that person. That identifies them. So now you're going to go in and review it and attach it to everybody that is within reason. If you see something that is attached to someone else, look at that person and see, does it go to both people, or do you need to detach it or tell somebody, just as a reminder. So that's a great way to make sure that everything in your person is all standardized from their birth through their marriage, through their death and burial, and that all their children have those. And Family Search is constantly adding things that will help you. So once you've been through a person, even if they have their work done, you can go back maybe 6 months later and add some sources that will help somebody else to identify that person. We just want to make sure that everyone is identified the right way. You know how it is if you have a strange name and somebody can't pronounce it or spell it right? You want to make sure your ancestors have that right, okay? All right, and for the hints, those are really helps for you to know. If it isn't, you can write a description why that was not for that particular person, but you are not required to. It's just nice to in case somebody else sees that. For the latest changes down to the right, when you scroll down, you can press on that and see the last 4 or 5 changes, perhaps that you made. If you want to see more, you press Show All, and then you look and see maybe those people are relatives of yours that you could message and ask, how are you related to this person? How did you find their birth record? That will help you also to make sure your person is right. Then as you go down for the family, make sure that both sides are right. I mean the names, the people. As you go back into the 1800s and you have Smith and Jones names, you want to make sure that they have identifiers for them and where you got it. Those are the tips that I have for today. And if you like these, we're going to try to do some little series of tips on each section of Family Search to help you. Part of it is to help you do it just a little bit quicker, and especially when you're adding sources. Make sure when you add the source and you go back and return to the family that you take away that page that was before, so you don't get confused as to what page you are. If you do, use the page that you're on, press F5 so that you can refresh it and everything will update. I hope that helps you today, and we'll see you maybe next time.